Hello, guys. This is K-Speed again, and I'm thinking that a lot of you are probably wondering why I've been doing this whole Jack and Daxter with themes, all these videos. Well, I've been a fan of Jack and Daxter for a relatively small amount of time, at least compared to people who've been fans of the series since the first game. But I, for most of the music in the series, this is me personally, this is just my opinion, I think that most of the music is at least average or okay. Well, except for the Lost Frontier, whose music I really liked because it was done by James Dooley, the guy who did some of the music for Pirates of the Caribbean alongside Hans Zimmer, of course. But anyways, I'll give you my basic opinions on what I think of the music by each game. Okay, the first one, Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. I liked it overall for the most part because it had that definitive. Um, the music was done by Mutato Mizuka, the people who did the music for the original trilogy of Crash Bandicoot games, as well as Crash Team Racing. And then they moved over to Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. So, for the most part, I'd say it's fairly good. It serves its purpose. There's no, but very few themes in that game really seem to stand out to me personally. Jak 2, really the only theme I really particularly liked in that game was the main theme for Haven City when you're walking or driving around. And that was, that and Escape from the Fortress. I like that piece a lot. But as for all the others, I found them kind of average, personally. Jak 3, I thought it was a little bit better than Jak 2, honestly. I thought there was a little bit more variety, and it wasn't all drums and percussion. And it added to the atmosphere a little bit, but then again, there wasn't really that many themes that stood out to me. Jak X, I liked almost all the soundtrack. There were a few tracks that I didn't like. Specifically, there was one track that they kept repeating over and over again. Well, with different variations. There was one track that had like 5 or 6 different variations, and that became a little bit annoying. But other than that, I liked almost all the music from Jak X. Daxter, average again. It was okay, but it was adventure and cartoony. It kind of reminded me of Rayman 2 a little bit, but I did like the dream sequences for Lord of the Rings and The Matrix, especially. The music in those spots were pretty darn cool. But as for the rest of the game, nah, the themes just didn't really stand out that well for me. To me. Anyways. Um, and then Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier. Which I liked, by the way, but, if people didn't like it, I can understand because it was made by High Impact Games. Okay, well, that's beside the point. The music. I liked most of the music because it reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean and how upbeat a lot of it was. It sounded very adventurous. It fit the atmosphere for most of it, I would say. 1 or 2 tracks I didn't like as much, but overall I like that one pretty much. Now, most of these themes are for Jak 2 and 3 specifically. Um, yeah, because I like listening to music. I like trying to see what theme could have possibly fit better for certain situations throughout the series. Oh, not to mention for some of the characters, well, No, no, none of the characters, none of the characters really had any themes whatsoever. I don't. I wonder if. No, I think for all the characters, I just had said like if they had a theme instead of if they had a different theme. Because I've looked on YouTube and I found a lot of very weird, very strange, and sometimes funny choices for what people think would be good themes for the Jack characters. But most of those are pretty much just like pop songs and rock songs and everything. But I usually like to go with like instrumental stuff to see what fits the character the best. And I probably think that most of those are probably the best that music themes that I've chosen for the characters. Okay, so after the Jack 3 final boss video has been uploaded, I am going to start doing alternate themes for the Jack characters and scenes and events and whatnot. Doing alternate themes. Most of them are just going to be like a secondary theme for most of the ones I've already posted. But then there's only going to be a handful where there might be a third possible choice, but only very few. And then I'll get back to my usual, like, putting up, like, intros to video games with alternate music, and then some soundtracks, and a few slightly more original videos. Because I don't have a camera, and the microphone I use is from a headset, so I don't have a standing microphone to work with. But anyways, yeah. Later on, I think I'm going to do Sonic characters with different themes, because that's what I thought of recently, and I've been doing those, turning them into videos, matching up a character. Most of the events and characters are going to be from the main Sonic games, though there will be a few from the comics, but only a few, not really that many, because there are way too many characters to keep track of in the comics. Oh, by the way, I like the Sonic comics. I've been reading since I've been reading my way up from well, the little comic that was packed in with the original Sonic the Hedgehog, and also the original miniseries, all the other side mini-series, and I've nearly read all of them, and I've been collecting since issue 204, or 203, yeah, issue 203, let's see. What else is there to cover? Oh, yes, yes. I was thinking maybe I might possibly do themes for characters from and events, of course, from Ratchet and Clank, but it'll probably only just be the characters, and it probably won't be that many videos because as opposed to the Jack and Daxter series, where most of the music just seems average to me, I like a whole lot of the music from Ratchet and Clank, the Ratchet and Clank series, much more in comparison. Not to mention there are many more games in that series too. But anyways, yeah. So I guess yeah, this has kind of been an update. Not only on like the videos that I'm going to be coming out with, but also regarding why I did the Jack and Daxter themes, and then other themes I might do. And well, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this update, learning little tidbits of information about me, and yeah. So thanks for listening. And stay tuned for more upcoming videos.